Good evening, Mrs. Stoltz. Amy DeLeo, your student from speech class. And this is speech 3. And this is my audience. My mom, my dad, my husband, and my son. My visual aid are my PowerPoint slides, which will be incorporated into my email to you, which I'll be giving to the audience. And my note cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Puppy fever. Have you ever heard of puppy fever? Perhaps maybe you've even experienced it a time or two yourself. Maybe while passing the mall. That store, you know, the one with all the fur babies waiting for their forever homes. You have a void in your heart that wants that unconditional love, the joy and affection that dog can bring. Well, that's what those animals want as well. And sadly, the road to that is not always so easy for them. This evening, I'd like to share with you an organization that helps with those animals, and that is the Humane Society of America. First, I will share with you the story of Billy and why it's not such a good idea to purchase from those type of stores. Then I would like to share with you a bit about who the Humane Society is and what they do. And last, I will share with you the ways that we can help as a society. So for my first point, the story of Billy. March 2012. The Humane Society got an anonymous tip in Jones County, North Carolina. Upon entering the residence, they found 87 dogs living in filth, feces, urine. The odor so horrendous that they had to use masks to walk around. Huddled in the back corner in a cage was a little dog that humane worker Adam Condola found. When he approached the cage, he tried opening it, and the latch was rusted shut. No one knew how long that puppy had been in that cage, but they knew that he was in need. Adam forced the cage open and lifted little Billy out, who immediately put his little head on his chest. A quote from Adam states, "When I got this little guy, he rested his head on my shoulder, and at that moment I felt responsible for him and responsible for making sure he was never going to have to suffer like that again." If you'll refer to slides 1 and 2 for that. Suffering. There is no regard for emotional or physical well-being for these animals. This is a heinous crime, one that's being committed every single day. While interviewing a local breeder by the name of Sherry Smith of Bluebonnet Chihuahuas, I asked her, why do places like this get their puppies from such places as puppy mills? She stated simply, money. Profit. That's all they care about. They do not care about the life of this animal. She went on saying that she, as a breeder, carefully plans out from the moment of conception to the time that she finds a home for her dog so that they can have a loving life. The good thing about the story of Billy, if you'll refer to slide 3, please, is that it has a happy ending. Adam decided to adopt Billy, and for 6 months, he lived with Billy with unconditional love and showing love himself. He was able to forgive the horrible conditions that he lived in for 9 years. 9 years. The Humane Society made this statement in January of 2013 upon Billy's passing. Life in a puppy mill wrecked his body, and in the end, he succumbed to complications stemming from years of untreated medical conditions. A true testimony of this is stated by animal advocate Wayne Pascal. Referring to Billy, at this point he becomes something of a timeless ambassador for what happens in puppy mills. He went on saying that at this time, his own happy spirit, despite travails, reminds us of the capacity of animals to forgive and to love. We, as a species, can learn more than a thing or two from Billy about putting putting these principles into action. Slide 4, please. Ladies and gentlemen, puppy mills are very real. They are overcrowded breeding homes that are incorporating heinous crimes on animals that are undeserving of this type of treatment. I am very thankful for Adam Paris-Condola of the Humane Society for adopting Billy and giving him a second chance. So this leads me to my next point. Who are the Humane Society and what do they do? Slide 5, please. This organization has been established for over 60 years. According to their website, their mission statement is very simple. Celebrating animals, confronting cruelty. Slide 6, please. These people advocate, they research, they campaign, and they rescue animals. All doing so with a smile, and sometimes even adopting the very animals that they rescue, just like Adam. They are the superheroes, but they look to us as to be superheroes as well. They need us to help support their organization. Which leads me to my next point. How can we help them? The answer is simple. Money. Donate money. It takes thousands and millions of dollars to operate on this scale each and every year, to do these rescues, to support these puppies and other animals. Some of us aren't as fortunate to have money, and so there is another very equally good way to help the Humane Society of America, and that is through yourself, volunteering your time. Volunteering encompasses many things, from going on these raids, to taking care of the animals, to helping at the facilities. Another thing that volunteering encompasses is educating. Educating people who want animals, that are looking for a new pet for their family. Share with them why adoption is so important. According to the American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, their 2015 report estimated that approximately 7.6 million companion animals entered shelters last year. 2.7 million of those animals were euthanized. I will say that again. 2.7 million of those animals were euthanized. And 2.7 million of those animals were adopted. If you ask me, 2.7 million animals we failed by not giving $1 and by not giving a minute of our time. When you adopt a pet from the Humane Society, you're doing one of two things. You're rescuing one dog to give to your family, and you're also freeing up a spot to give another dog a chance or another animal. This evening, we have covered some pretty harsh information. We learned about Billy's story and how puppy mills are engaging in horrible, horrible crimes every day. We learned what the Humane Society does, their good works, and who these people are that are doing these wonderful things every day. And we also discussed a few ways how we can help, either through money or through our time. I implore you to support this organization on behalf of those who donate, who do not have a voice for themselves. Thank you. Okay, this is my audience. Sorry, Mrs. Schultz. Let me show you something. My son, my mother, my dad, and my husband. Thank you so much.